So, the Mother Capital, welcome to Persian Online live stream.
What's the crack, folks?
Hey, how are you?
Hey guys, what's happening over there? On a daily basis, I happen to discover incredible new bands coming from Ireland and the UK. I mean, Fontaines DC, Just Mustard, Gila Band, you.
Unreal. We're honored to be part of that crew, man.
Nice.
Yeah, there's something in the water.
Yeah. Good Irish water.
It's a great time in Ireland and UK for the new music for me.
For sure.
Very great time. The first question, your name, the Mother Capital, is very great. So dark. How did you come up with it?
I think the story goes to back to the beginning. It's a reflection of the suicide rates in Ireland. We felt that even though Ireland might not be the murder capital of crime, it does at times feel like the murder capital of death through suicide in younger people. And I think at that time, the murder capital was a reflection of that. Yeah.
Cool. When I turned 39, your debut album came out. Like with any great album, a sense of feeling of pain behind every song of your debut album. The same feeling I get from the album by Lou Reed and John Cale, written in memory of Andy Warhol. So when I have heard is probably the record I've listened to the most in the last 3 years. Tell me something about this fucking masterpiece.
Well, we went into recorded of 2018. Was it? No, 2019. March and April. We were in the studio for like 6 weeks. We did it with Flood. Flood from like Smashing Pumpkins, Nick Cave, and it was brilliant working with him. And he was brilliant, kind of in understanding. This is our first record, and all the things that come emotionally when you're trying to record that, particularly over that length of time. Like I'm not sure we'll do that length of time recording again, like depending on certain things, but he was great in like staying in control of those sessions and kind of being with us there emotionally for all the different like decisions you had to make and everything that was happening around that time. It was a tough old record to make, but we got it done.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot from that experience. Just I guess like just the kind of first record energy that we had. There's a little bit of uncertainty, but also it's kind of like it's always kind of overridden by the amount of like I guess like trying anything and just like believing it'll just work, because you're kind of going off instinct a lot. That's what I found anyway. And then we got to that point in the record, like Pump was saying, we were in there for a long time. I don't know if we needed to be there for so long.
Yeah.
Compared to the recording for the new album, we were kind of in and out under 3 weeks.
And in fact, your second album, Jesus Recovery, will be released in January, and preceded by 3 amazing songs, one better than the other. Really like your new songs. What are the biggest difference between this new album and your debut album?
Thanks very much, Luca, for saying that. I guess we want to go for a bit more like I guess we want to get like more color into our music, explore new textures, whether it be use of synthesizing our own sounds or use of samples. We found that there was a space that we could kind of get away from, I guess, like the dark kind of brooding was one word that kept being used after the first album. So we kind of wanted to get not necessarily brighter, but definitely more colorful and more textural.
Yeah. And what are the things that When I First and Gigi's Recovery have in common?
Ooh, that's a good question. We haven't been asked that.
We haven't been asked that, yeah.
Well, it's still the five of us. That's one.
Ambition. The ambition was, was really important to both.
I think as well, it's something that we've kind of been, a subject like this kind of came up, was that like we noticed that maybe some people were like wanting to get another When I Have Fears, or at least sonically like an album that was like maybe still had like the post-punk harshness, but for us as a band, like we're always just like a lot of what we write is just a reflection of how we're feeling, or the things we're thinking about, or maybe not always the things that we're feeling, but maybe sometimes the thing that we want to like manifest into the world. And sometimes there's like, with this record anyway, it was like things that we couldn't feel that we wanted to feel. Like, so an example of that was like on Don't Cling to Life. A part of that being written was I wanted to hear a song that was like about a sad subject or about grief, but that you could actually dance to it, and you could like feel this sense of elation even though you were in this dark place. And I know for like 1,000 Lives, James was like sort of manifesting this love that might not have existed yet. I think maybe it was like similar subject matter to Only Good Things as well. So there is a correlation of ourselves doing that at times, that like maybe something doesn't exist in our world right now, and especially when we're writing, like our world very much does become what we're making, and you sort of do that through the art. You're like, I want to feel this right now, or I want to hear a song that sounds like this. So instead of like always trying to find it, you're in a place of privilege in a band that you can actually just fucking make it, or challenge yourself to make it. And I think, yeah, like the correlation between the two records is that like, we're constantly putting out what we're feeling inside, or what we want to feel inside, or what we're feeling inside, or what we want to feel or hear outside. And in the first record, that happened to end up being like sounding like it did, and now that same exploration and ambition and need to like push things out or hear things around yourself ends up sounding like Gigi's Recovery this time, when we're like just so excited for life and the adventure of like what we get to do.
Yeah. Well, and any anticipation of the tracks that we will find in Gigi's Recovery?
Well, going off what Gabe's answer there, in terms of like searching while at the same time trying to feel something out. I guess like the title track, Gigi's Recovery, was one of those examples where we were working on it for quite some time, and we get into a part of the song that we knew wanted to feel a certain way, which I guess we achieved in some respects. But I guess like a lot of the album as well will reveal itself once we get playing live as well. Because of the situation that we were in when we were writing it, we weren't really able to try out the songs live. So like, yeah, I guess like I'm anticipating just a kind of a new, almost like the final, getting to a point of the songs once they're played live, that they'll kind of like reveal themselves in a fully fledged form then.
Yeah. And another question I often ask: what are your top 3 favorite records of all time?
Nice.
All right, here we go.
So each one of us answer the 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Of all time.
All time.
Well, it switches every month or so, you know
Yeah.
yourself. It changes quite a bit. But I recently the last like 2 years, I kept going back to Automatic for the People by REM. And that album just keeps kind of developing for me. I love that album so much.
Nice.
Nice.
It's just full of bangers as well. Anyone else want to? Well, I think of my second. Anyone else want to come in?
I think I've got my list.
That's a good list. I always go back to Elliott Smith. Either the self-titled album, or either or. So either or, Elliott Smith, or either or.
Is one of my favorite records.
Which one?
Either or.
Oh yeah.
And the whole discography of Elliott Smith, because I really love Elliott.
Yeah, he's a beautiful. I just don't think there's anyone that has done it quite like him in a way. People have kind of tried to, replicate it, because he had a certain, like a whisper that was very authentic to him, to his singing, but still it had that element of like the grunginess maybe of like, I don't know, like people like Jeff Buckley. So yeah, there's something about him that just brings you to a place. It brings me anyway to a place that's it's sad, but it's quite comforting.
Yeah. Sure. And in July, you opened for Pearl Jam in Hyde Park. Have you met the guys from the band? Because I know the bassist, their bassist, Jeff Feynman, is a huge fan of the Murder Capital.
No, we didn't get to meet them. Like it was still kind of COVID strict at the time, so all the bands were separated. I mean, I'd love to meet them. 10 was such a formative album for me. Like, so, I mean, I love to express that to all of them.
They're in a massive, like they were on such a big tour during the summer that they kind of had to stay in a COVID bubble. So, I don't know. It was kind of like because we were on that bill for Hyde Park since before the pandemic. So, that gig was always on the horizon, and like maybe meeting them, it would have been nice to meet them, but we did get we got a lovely text was it so someone got a text anyway?
Herb got a text,
yeah,
just thanking us and like said they enjoyed the gig.
Yeah, that was definitely a mad feeling. Just like one of the guys at the Party Jam giving us a text. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. You'd mentioned it was who was that? Yeah, he had mentioned us in it was Jeff that mentioned us in a podcast there a couple of years ago, and that was really weird. Like it was exciting to kind of hear that somebody was listening to your music and I'd felt like mentioning you, and so yeah, it was nice. It came full circle when he sent that text to Irv.
Yeah, it's cool. And well, I can't wait to listen to Gigi Recovery. But since we are an Italian-based site, when the fuck are you coming to play in Italy?
As soon as fucking possible, bro. I want to get there
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that country. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, can't
We've
wait.
we have all been a couple of times, but we've never been to play music. Whereabouts are you in Italy?
Sorry?
Whereabouts are you in Italy?
Near Bologna. Near Bologna. Bologna,
Beautiful.
Bologna and Milan, between these two cities. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Must be
You'll
beautiful
have
there.
to take us out for food sometime when we're close.
Yeah. Those,
Show us a good place.
Yeah.
or maybe we will fly next time, me and my wife, to Ireland to see you.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll
yeah?
take you. We'll take you for pints and gravediggers in Dublin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
More than welcome.
yeah. And guy, that's all. And thank you for existing in this fucked up world. And can't wait to listen to your new album. And I hope to see you soon in Italy or maybe in Ireland.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
Luca,
you,
bro.
absolutely. Thanks very much, Luca.
You're a gentleman. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for those kind words. That means the world.
Yeah, we can't wait to get to Italy at some point.
Yeah. Many thanks again.
All
All
right,
the
dude.
best, Luca.
Have
Good
a good
luck.
one.
Grazie.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Catch you,
Ciao.
Dave.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh.